What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network and the Woodward Bets Show. I'm Scott G. Risen, joined today on this great Saturday, college football Saturday, on a great, beautiful day here in Metro Detroit. I got Detroit Beastie with me. What's going on, Chris?
Nothing. What'd you have for breakfast this Saturday morning, Scott? I'm going to say, probably bagel, cream cheese, and some cereal.
You know what? I actually had some bacon and eggs and a little bit of toast. So ready for this big day today. We got I always like to say, hey, raise your hand if your favorite team in college is undefeated. So that would be us Wolverine and Sparty fans. Sorry, Buckies. Just like to always poke fun at you as every chance I get, because we don't really get too many of those chances. So, but anyway, Chris, today, as we say, our Wolves, we got a big game. It's right out the gate, too, right? The first game we're going to talk about here on this college football Saturday, which, hey, it's supposed to be a beautiful day today, so get your grills fired up. Go on to your buddy's house. Go to a friend. Go somewhere, tailgate. Have some fun, watch the game, and, if you get a little too tipsy, it'd only be like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, so take you a little nap and start over at like 7. It's perfect. It's a great day. But we got the Wolverines going to Wisconsin. Ruh-roh, -1 for Wisconsin. We got over under 43. Oh, they're going to be hearing the jump around song, everything else. I don't know, Chris. This one scares me. 62% of the money is on the Wolverines. So interesting. Wolverines are 3-1 against the spread. So I'm looking at maybe some Wolverine action, but I surely hate betting with my heart. What do you say?
No doubt. And these two teams have played some absolute slobber knockers. And to quote, Jim Ross from AEW and WWF, these two teams just love to beat the crap out of each other. Just hard-nosed football, run. And look at the collision course these two teams are on. Michigan is just shoving the ball down people's throats. They run like crazy. I believe, when was it, Scott? Not too long ago, when they had like 389 total rushing yards in a game. It bodes well for what they're trying to do long-term, and it set them up perfectly for today in Wisconsin. U of M, I believe, is 14th. Wisconsin is 15th. They lost last week, if I'm not mistaken. And all the money, what I've seen now, the over-under, last I looked, it's at 43.5. Everybody's kind of gravitating towards Wisconsin -2. I have the final within a point of what's going on here. So don't freak out. Don't put me down. I'm going to take Wisconsin minus the 2 points. Michigan wins 27-26, but with the -2 points, I think Wisconsin still covers, and that's nuts to me. This game, it's going to be amazing, and I really can't wait to watch this one.
You're expecting a extra point or possibly something that could come into play in the game, but I'll tell you a couple trends that are interesting. The favorite in the last 4 meetings is 4-0 against the spread, but the big one that stands out to me is the Wolverines are 0-6 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in Wisconsin. So that's kind of scary. Definitely don't like that. They're also 1-6 their last 7 meetings against the spread against Wisconsin. So they really have not obviously been faring well. I think I'm going to sit this one out as far as a betting side. As a Wolverine fan, I'm not going to really put any of my money on this one here. Definitely a scary game for Michigan. We'll see how it goes, yes. But yeah, I'm not going to be betting anything on this one here.
Full disclosure, I'm not either. Right? We've already established that early on in our broadcasting careers with each other. I don't bet on Michigan and I don't bet on the Lions. But again, that would be boring if you threw it to me and I go, well, I like this game, but I'm not going to bet on it. So to keep it moving, to keep it interesting, as I said, Michigan wins, but Wisconsin covers by an extra point or some sort of field goal there. But let's go blue.
Perfect.
You always
you
love
just
to have
tell
a
me
prop, right?
Yeah, if you really like one, let's just make sure you tell the people, hey, I'm strong on this one. Yeah, if you just hear us say we're kind of picking a game here, we're just kind of throwing something out there that give you some kind of a guidance here. But, there's another huge game in the SEC. We got Arkansas going out there to Georgia. Georgia is -17.5. That line has dropped 2 points from -19.5. 72% of the money so far has been coming in on number 11, Arkansas, on the road. Arkansas is 4-0 against the spread so far this year.
Very good.
Georgia is 3-1 against the spread this year. I think this one's going to be a pretty good game. Over under got bet up to 50 from opening line of 48. So looks like some people like some points to be scored here. What do you think here? It's pretty good. Looks like a good battle here. Might be a good test here for this Georgia team, number 2 at home.
Yeah, aside from the local games, Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and that, this game is on my radar. I've already put it in my planner. I'm very much looking forward to this. This time last week, I was mentioning KJ Jefferson. When we were in the studio, in the Woodward Sports studio last week, I said, you got to look at KJ Jefferson for DFS purposes. And I'm doubling down again here. As you said, the over-under is at 49.5 points. In this one, I'm taking Arkansas on the points. They're giving Arkansas 17.5 points in this one. And to be fair, between you and me, Scott, I think Arkansas wins this game outright. So the 17.5 is even sweeter. I have Arkansas winning. It's a close one, 33-31 to like 28 here. So give me Arkansas and all the points. And
I mean, you get the money line at plus 650 at some of the books around the industry. So yeah, that's a good call, bold call. But hey, I like the conviction for sure. You know, they have been looking pretty good. So I don't mind that. They're obviously a top 10 team. We'll see. You can maybe get the best of Georgia. But I did look at some trends between the matchup here, and it does appear that the home team definitely has the advantage to where you're looking at, the road team. My bad. I was reading it backward. The road team's 4-1 against the spread the last 5 meetings. So definitely would go along with your Arkansas. I do like the points here. I think in a game like this, I think this seems to be too much here. So I'm going to agree with you. I think I'm going to go with Arkansas in this one as well. So the next game we're looking at here is not as fun as the 2 games that we just talked about. But hey, we got to talk about it. They're in the top 25. It's Louisville at Wake Forest. Wake Forest is -7 here. They're down a touchdown. Their 4 games are 2 anywhere here. If you want to look at any kind of trend, the underdog is 7-0 in their last 7 meetings, and the over is 4-0 in their last 4 meetings. So, you know, just some food for thought. You got any takes or any leans on this one here, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Louisville I've always enjoyed watching them play, even before the Lamar Miller or Lamar Jackson days. And look, Louisville is one of those good teams to watch on like a Thursday night or some Tuesday night game during the holidays. But this one in Wake Forest, 25th overall ranked Wake Forest. I'm going Wake Forest -7. And I think the final here, Wake Forest wins by 10 or 11. So double digit win is pretty comfortable. I got Wake Forest winning 35-24.
At 2:30, we got the Notre Dame time slot, 2:30. So we definitely got Notre Dame, number 7. It's obviously always fun for us to root against Notre Dame, but as Michigan fans. So on to the next game here, which is also at 2:30. We got us a new team here in the top 25, which we talked about last week. And hey, I bet on them at that ridiculous spread, and it actually came through for us. And we're talking about the number 16 Coastal Carolina. 3 has been bet down from 58 to 57.5. UL Monroe, I can't say I really know too much about them. They are 1-1-1 against the spread. So I think I'm going to roll again with Coastal Carolina. They
spots in our FanDuel lineups this weekend. So get him in there with some sneaky kind of points here at the back end of your lineup.
Like it. The Buckies, too, are 1-6 against the spread versus a team with a winning record in their last 7 games. So, give me Rutgers here. As long as I'm getting it over 2 touchdowns, I do like Rutgers. And, hey, if it's at 15 or 15.5 and you can dip it up and take the 6 and get 21 and 11 points for my quick math. The year before, Mississippi 31, Alabama 59. We were looking at 90 points. So literally, there's been 200 points scored in the last 2 times these 2 teams have played. 80 doesn't look too bad here. So I'm gonna look at this. Last year, Mississippi had 647 total yards. Alabama had 723 yards. I mean, we're looking at almost 1,400 yards combined between the 2 teams. So, yeah, I think I really like the over here in this one. I think they can't set it any higher than 80 or 79. I think that's pretty much as high as I think they can go. So, yeah, let's roll with that one. You might hear that. You might hear about that one here later on in the show. Hint, hint. So, looking that one might be some fun to watch. Another game at 3:30. We have a team I was rooting for a few weeks ago, the Oregon Ducks. Number 3, Oregon, rightfully so, going to Stanford. 71% of the money's coming in on them as they are giving 8 points. It started as a touchdown. Over-under hasn't really moved much, 58. It opened up at around 57.5. Oregon is only 1-3 against the spread. Stanford is 2-2 against the spread. I think this one here is going to be tough. I think, this could be a spot here where Oregon just kind of thinks they're in a cakewalk spot. Got a Stanford team at home. I think I'm going to stay away from this one here, but my instincts tell me here that Stanford, maybe dipping them up to 13 or so might be the way to go. But I'm not liking Oregon here in this spot. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. And in this one, as you said, number 3, Oregon at Stanford. In terms of the teams, I might stay away from like point spreads in terms of plus or minus here, but I do love the over 57 in this one. I have Oregon winning 34-28-ish. So my mindset here is you'll bet the over and you're going to sweat it out, right? Oregon is going to get up early and fairly quick, and then as the game starts moving along, Stanford is going to chip away into the third and the fourth quarter, and they'll put up a nice allotment of points to get us over the edge with the over here. Again, I have Oregon winning, as I said, 34-28, and I could see a case where it's 21-28 to nothing here in the first half, and everybody's freaking out to, it's not going to cover the over, and then boom, Stanford's going to reel off 21 or 24 unanswered points here and to make it close. But again, I have Oregon winning, and I'm taking over 57 points, Scott.
All right, the Ducks are 0-6 in their last 6 games as a favorite against the spread too. So, been struggling as favorites. So far, their only win obviously was when they traveled out to Columbus and beat the Buckeyes. But
at the shoe.
So another game we're going to have here in the top 25 that we're going to talk about is the Florida Gators are traveling down, or actually up. I'm sorry. Florida's traveling up to Kentucky, number 23. This one here started Kentucky getting 8.5. People seem to be riding Kentucky. Went down to 7.5. This is what we call some reverse alignment. It's weird because 58% of the money is also coming in on Florida, but that line's dropping. So really interesting. Kentucky is 3-1 against the spread, 2-2 against the spread for Florida. I'll tell you what, I think at 6 o'clock here, I think I might be interested in some Kentucky Wildcats here, getting a little over a touchdown. So yeah, if you can get it up there at that 8.5 and maybe get it with that 6-point teaser, get it up to 14.5. I kind of like that. Like I said, you're going through the 10 number and you're going through the 14 number. So I do like that. But what do you think here of this Florida-Kentucky rivalry game we have down here in the SEC?
Yeah, it is fall. We know pumpkin spice is a big thing. Might as well call me a basic B because I'm with everybody else on this one. I'm taking Kentucky plus 7.5, and I think Florida does win. So everything you said, you're speaking my language. I'm following the sharps. I'm following the money here. So again, give me Kentucky plus 7.5 points. I think Florida wins, but it's only by 3 or 4 points. So Kentucky getting those extra 7.5, that's good for me. So again, Kentucky plus 7.5, but Florida to win outright here.
Sounds good. Should be fun. So at 7 o'clock, we got Baylor, number 24, traveling to OK State. These games usually were the track meets, the 80 and 70 point games here a few years back. Looks like Oklahoma State is given 3.5 at home to Baylor. So almost pretty much a straight up game. Just kind of keeping in mind the 3 points as the home team gets a 3-point bump, but the over or under has been bet from 50 down to 47.5. So Baylor's 3-1 against the spread, 2-2 for Oklahoma State. I can't really say I have any kind of lean here. I mean, this game here just not really two teams that I generally follow. It looks like the money's kind of spread out, so I can't see anything as kind of number side and kind of betting trends here that I really like. You got any leans or anything in this one?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, you're putting me on the spot here. I'm going to go Oklahoma State -3.5. I think OK State wins outright by like 6 or 7 points. Let's just call it a touchdown, 28-21 final for OK State. So again, with that final, I'd be cool betting the over 47.5 too, and give me Oklahoma State -3.5. But here, full disclosure, as I always do, I'm staying away from this game. But it'd be wasted. My time would be wasted if I didn't, tell the folks, what way I was leaning in terms of my research and the numbers that popped up.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to do some research, and we kind of look into some information for you. Like I said, we're going to get into more as we go along with DFS and stuff like that, and betting and some of these niche sports like golf and MMA and tennis and NASCAR
Hockey.
and hockey. Hockey's going to be a big thing for us here moving forward. I know a lot of hockey fans. We are Hockey Town, right? So definitely be fun when it gets to be hockey time. We got some NBA. That's all starting up. Hey,
let's talk about
Chris,
Underdog Fantasy. NFL season well underway, as we know.
Times, but hey, we got
still
new
draft
sponsor.
a new fantasy team
Underdog
each week
Fantasy,
on Underdog Fantasy to win cash prizes.
We're gonna let Chris
basically a best ball format.
Here.
You draft it, forget it. You don't have to mess with it at all. So it's not too late to get into the action through their slick mobile app and user-friendly site. You can join a league and draft a team in literally minutes. Plus, the folks at Underdog going to help you get started with a free $10. Who doesn't love free? So when you sign up, make your first deposit, use the promo code WSN. That's WSN as in Woodward Sports Network. So just go visit UnderdogFantasy.com in the App Store or the Google Play Store. Sign up with the code WSN. Deposit $10, and you get $10 free. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code WSN.
All right. Thanks, Chris, for that. So also let's continue on here with the college football slate at 7:30. We got a team that's been just falling down the top 25. We got Boston College heading over to Clemson. Clemson's been struggling. They're only 2-2 so far this year. When's the last time we saw Clemson with 2 losses after 4 games? I don't even remember. 74% of the money is coming on Boston College so far. Been bet down from 16. Clemson given 16. Now it's down to 14.5. So a lot of people are on Boston College here. Clemson's 0-4 against the spread. BC is 3-1 against the spread and 4-0. Woo, Clemson not looking good here so far this year. I think I might be leaning to BC here. I think people are just looking at that Clemson name, seeing Clemson, and they're just betting on them, obviously just because of their past history. But hey, it looks like they haven't started out too well. So give me the Boston College and all those points. I'll take it.
You know what? I'm the complete opposite here. I think Clemson gets right in a big way here. I think they win by 3 touchdowns, maybe even a field goal on the end here. So give me Clemson minus the 14.5 here. They win very comfortably, kind of a get-right game. Let's, just mop the floor with Boston College. And the final score, in my eyes, is going to be around 38-17 in favor of Clemson. So I'm cool with taking them minus 14.5. And you could even look at the over 46 here. Clemson will come damn close to reaching that over just on their own.
Like it here, like it. This quick trend here, the BC is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games at Clemson, but the over is 4-0 the last 4 games for Clemson. So just a little bit there for you, but yeah, it seems to be an interesting one. But like I said, I think I'm gonna roll with BC there against Clemson. I just think they may be in a little rut, but you're right. I mean, it is a perfect get right spot, but 74% of the money so far being bet has been coming in on BC getting a little bit over 2 touchdowns. Continuing on, we got a Big Ten team here in the top 10, 7:30 game at Penn State. We got Indiana marching into town. They started out minus 11.5. Now they're down to 12.5, getting 12.5. 69% of the money is being bet on Penn State here at home. Indiana, I'm sorry, is only 1-3 against the spread so far this year. PSU, that being Penn State, is 3-1 against the spread. I think I'm going to roll with Penn State here at home to put a mollywhopping on them here. So I'm going to go that route, and I'm going to take Penn State with the 12.5. But I also like at that 12.5 is to tease that down. That's a perfect number to get to me at 6.5, which is under 7, getting me through that 10-7 number. So, man, if I get Penn State minus 6.5 here at home, I think I really like going that route. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it's too good to be true, as you said, mollywop. I think Penn State hangs 6-7 touchdowns on Indiana here. I have the final 42-ish to 10, so I'm taking Penn State minus 12.5. And as you said, perfect game to tease down the points for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Won't even be close from start to finish.
Yeah, I that's a late game too. So, you can earlier in the day, if you had some dips or teases, this is one here you can throw in if you had anything later on. So if you need one for later to throw in any kind of teases, this is one here you could just jam in a bunch of times, especially if you can get it at 6.5. So I'm not opposed to that at all. So for those Sparty fans, you're also top 25. Number 16, Sparty's got a home game. They got the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers running into East Lansing here. Sparty started out 9.5-point favorites. Now they are down up to 11 actually. But this one here, Chris, has been bet from a 66 or 60 up to 66. So looks like a lot of money's coming in on the over here. Western Kentucky's 3-0 against the spread so far, even though they're only 1-2. So they have been covering. The Sparties are 2-0-2. Against the spread. 72% of the money's coming in on the Spartans. I'm going to tend to agree here with the public, and I hate to say it, but I'm just going to roll with the Spartans here. I think they are going to probably beat them by more than a couple touchdowns. They should be able to run the ball against this Western Kentucky team. But what do you think about those Spartans on Saturday?
Yeah, the Hilltoppers are going to struggle to put up, 10 points. I think they only finished with a touchdown here. So the over-under in this one is shocking to me. I have it way under. I have the final here about 35-7, 35-10, something in there. So you're only looking at max 45 to 50 points in this one. So I'm all over the under in this one. And I would also be comfortable taking Michigan State minus 11. I'm going to cross my fingers when I say this, but go green, go white, I think is the saying.
Yeah, I think so. I think I said it last week, and I was driving home and thought to myself, "Whew, I know there's a few people." Yeah, there was a few people. I definitely need a shower, and I'm sure there's a few of my family members that may not be with us that may have flipped in their graves when I said that. But looking at this one here, the over has been 6-0 in Western Kentucky's last 6 games. I think they're just, they're obviously able to score a little bit of points here. In their first few games here so far, they got 45, 20, 38 points. So, definitely can throw up some numbers here, but I'm going to roll with I think I'm just going to roll with the Sparties in this one here. So, hey, hopefully our two teams can stay undefeated. Michigan, obviously, with the tougher matchup, I want to be able to keep saying, raise your hand if you're undefeated as long as we can go here. Yeah, you know what? I'll even maybe continue saying if Michigan loses, just so you Sparty fans, we can't show that much favoritism all the time, but maybe I'll forget, you never know. But at 9:00, we got a late one. We got Auburn, number 22, rolling into LSU, who's they're getting, actually LSU was -3 here. Looking, I thought Auburn was going to be favored. I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me there. I got to get my glasses on. Getting that age, the first thing to go seems to be my damn eyesight. But LSU has been started at -4. They're at -3. Over-under hasn't really gone up maybe 2 points, 53 to 55. LSU is getting 54% of the money. Interesting one here. I can't say I really have a lean. I haven't really had a good gauge on LSU. I know they haven't been LSU as they would have liked. As they're used to, I should say. So I can't really say I got a lean on this one here, but you got any leans on this one for the people?
I've been to a home game in LSU, and it's unbelievably electric. Of course, Ann Arbor, the
Nice.
big house, there's nothing like it. But in LSU, Louisiana State, I mean, that campus is always rocking. I love LSU. I have hats and merch from them. But I'm telling you, I have Auburn in this one to win, 35-21 here. The over/under in this one, as you said, it's at 55.5. And if I look at what I have for the final score here, 35-21, I mean, it's right there. So I don't feel comfortable betting over/under, but if I had to, I'm going to take Auburn +3 in this one and to win outright. So anytime, obviously, you have a team to win outright that's getting points, it's a no-brainer. So give me Auburn, and this one's going to be good. As I said, the final score 35-21 on paper. Well, look, it's like a 2-touchdown split here, but I absolutely think this game is going to be insanely exciting and electric in the fourth quarter here in LSU.
Yeah, the underdog is 4-1 and against the spread their last 5 meetings. So LSU looking like they may have a little bit of trouble with Auburn. I do like Auburn, just kind of just looking at from the outside looking in, just because I think, they know they got LSU down. How many times out of 10 years in the next 10 times they're going to go into LSU and really feel like they have a good shot at winning, especially recently. So I think when they got a team like that against the ropes, they're going to give it their all. They want to go in there and win in Baton Rouge, I'm sure. So should be a good game to watch. We got 3 more games. We're going to wrap it up. We'll give you guys a best bet. I do got a good one. I think if you guys have been listening the whole way through, I think you guys already can kind of take a stab who it's going to be. But we got a couple Pac-10 games. Excuse me. And we got number 21 Oregon State hosting, number 21 Washington going to Oregon State. That cough there threw me off a little bit. -1.5. This one here actually started Oregon State getting 2.5. Actually been bet all the way to where they are -1.5, 4-point different. That's a big thing when the spread changes like that. 67% of the money are coming in on the Beavers here. So 3-1 against the spread. We got Washington coming in 1-3 against the spread, number 21. What do you think here, man? What a line change, +2.5 all the way to -1.5 toward Oregon State.
That's very telling here that the team goes from a plus favorite to a minus underdog here in just a few days. So for that fact, I'm going to go Oregon State. The Beavs get it done and they beat Washington, and that's fine. I think I was with Washington last weekend, and that's all well and good, but that was last week. This is now. So I'm going to take the Oregon State Beavers -1.5 here. I think that the Oregon State has a chance to win by, I'm going to say 7 to 10 points in this one. So -1.5 is easy peasy for me.
Yeah, it looks like the over has been something that's been trending in this game here in this series and matchup. I'll be honest, I generally don't stay up late on these Saturday nights. If I'm out and about, I might catch them out on TV at the bars and stuff. But Saturday night, generally with Michigan, especially this time of the year, that's a lot of beers in between that noon Michigan game and these 9 o'clock games. Definitely would have to have a nap in there to get some eyeballs on these games. So can't really say I have a lean, but we do got 2 other late ones here. One really late one, 2 actually. Both of these are pretty late. 10:30 start. We got Arizona State going out to UCLA. UCLA started at 4, been bet down to 3. 65% of the money has been coming in on UCLA. 3-1 against the spread. Arizona State's 1-3 against the spread. UCLA has been looking tough. They got a home game here. I think I definitely lean UCLA. I like the home team in this one.
Oh, wow. I got it completely different. I'm going to take Arizona +3 to win outright by almost 3 touchdowns. I think Arizona wins this one 41 or 42 to 20. To Arizona State to win this one 42-20-ish there. So I love the over as well. So you're telling me everything that I've looked at and everything that I've done and the numbers that I've crunched tell me we're looking at 65 to 70 total points in this one. So over 55.5 is a good bet for me. I mean, look, I have it all written down right here. I got it highlighted, and I got the big O right next to it because I've already placed those bets, and I'm going to put more money on it when we're done with this broadcast. So give me Arizona State to win outright, and I'm getting 3 points in this one. No brainer.
Yep. The over the last few times they've played out there in California has gone over 4 out of 5 times. So there's a trend there backing that one up. We got one more game here in the top 25. It's usually the late, oh shit game, get me out of trouble. That would be Hawaii. You all know, if you're degenerates, you've tried to make up or catch up a little bit before Sunday with these 11 o'clock late Hawaii games. I've done it. I can't say I haven't. Definitely bet on Hawaii a few times. They're getting 11 points. 77% of the money, though, is coming in on Fresno State, who's 4-1. Hawaii's only 2-3 against the spread. But hey, I wish I could go to Hawaii. I wouldn't care if I had to play football or not. Yeah, I think I'm going to look at the over/under here. Went bet up from 63 to 64. So I think I like the over in this game in this spot. So I think I'm going to lean that one. You got any strong leans on this game?
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. If I went to Hawaii, I'd be at the beach, I'd be surfing, and I'd be, hiking up volcanoes all day. Like, that seems like the life here. But Fresno State, excuse me, I'm more than happy to bet with them minus 11 points here. I think Fresno State blows the doors off of this thing, and we're looking at like a 45 to 28 final here. And the over, absolutely, massive implications here with that. Over under, as I think you said, is 64 points. Again, I have Fresno putting up 45 by themselves, and I have Hawaii scoring a respectable 21 to 28 points in this one. So give me the over and give me Fresno State minus 11 here, Scott.
Awesome. Well, hey, that about runs it up there for the top 25. So, Chris, before we get on out of here on this Saturday, so we can go enjoy these games, who do you like as one of your top bets? I got one here already ready to rock. So who do you got as a bet that we can give the people and get some positive green in them accounts today?
I got two of them, and let's parlay it. Let's win some big time money here. I'm going Arkansas plus 17.5 points to beat Georgia in Georgia. And I love Ole Miss plus 14.5 to beat number 1 overall Alabama. And I don't know what the exact, overall plus factor would be here, but I'm guessing 20 to 30 bucks in this one would net you a couple $100 easy. So give me Arkansas plus 17.5 in Georgia, and give me Ole Miss plus 14.5 to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Woo. Like it. That is some ballsy calls. Definitely you'll be able to have to give you some kudos for those ones if those ones come through, definitely. But hey, I'm gonna stick in that Alabama game for my favorite bet. I am going over the 79 points, 80 if it gets that high. I think this one's just going to be a track meet. As we said, they've scored almost 200 points in this series their last 2 times out. So I don't think they can really set it at any higher than 80. So I am going to go that route. That is my favorite bet of the day. I'm going to load up on that one, actually. So that one there is the one that I'm really leaning at. So good luck on that one. That is going to do it for us on this great Saturday afternoon. Some college football. Make sure you catch us tomorrow. Get over there, follow that Woodward Bets Twitter page, the Woodward Sports Twitter pages. Get on over there. We'll be back with you tomorrow for some NFL Sunday information at Woodward Sports. For Sawyer, behind the glass, Chris, Detroit Beastie, I'm Scott. Thanks for listening. We're out.